Hello, brothers and sisters. Thanks for joining. Hey, I already did this story earlier today, but I found a follow up. It was like New York, New York. It's so good I had to do it twice because there's an update to the story. So I came across this one in the Daily Mail today. And this is by Philip Nieto, U.S. political reporter, and it was published today. And so the headline is Pam Bondi fires DC man charged with felony for hurling sandwich at CBP officers after bombshell reveal he worked for the Department of Justice. You can't make this stuff up. It's so ludicrous. Oh, the Trump derangement syndrome in Washington, D.C. is strong right now. So let's watch the video first. And it should just be a quick one of the incident. It looks like it's about 30 seconds. So let's do that.
Oh! 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 He cooked him! He cooked him!
I tell them catch me up in traffic if they ever ask, I speak on what happened.
So President Trump has vowed to make D.C. safe and beautiful again. And as part of his effort to fight crime, he's bringing in our federal law enforcement partners like FBI, ATF, DEA, or Park Police, everybody to help the Metropolitan PD fight crime. And the president's message to the criminals was, if you spit, we hit. Well, we didn't quite do that the other night when an individual went up to one of the federal law enforcement officers and started jumping up and down, screaming at him, berating him, yelling at him. And then he took a Subway sandwich about this big and took it and threw it at the officer. He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony, assault on a police officer. And we're going to back the police to the hilt. So there. Stick your Subway sandwich somewhere else.
So she's great. That's Janine, I think, Pirro. She used to be a judge, and then she had a show on Fox for a while. I think it was on Fox. And then Trump hired her as the U.S. attorney for Washington, D.C. And you heard it from her. You spit, we hit is the new policy of the police in Washington, D.C. It's greatness. You just got to laugh. So let's read the story. Attorney General Pam Bondi revealed the man charged with hurling a Subway sandwich at a federal officer in D.C. was an employee of the Department of Justice. What was this guy thinking? He must be so Trump deranged that he doesn't even have any self-preservation instincts. So if you're a member of the Department of Justice and you commit a felony, I'm pretty sure, or even an alleged felony, I'm pretty sure that that's immediate termination. And it's just that's easy for the HR folks. I used to work at a place where you had to report any interactions with police to management. If you didn't, you risk termination. It really just depends on the job, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that if you're an employee of the Department of Justice. So Bondi sent out a post on X on Thursday morning announcing the ex-employee, Sean Dunn, was fired following the incident. If you touch any law enforcement officer, we will come after you, Bondi declared. And Bondi is the Attorney General of the United States. So she runs the Department of Justice. So that's his ultimate boss. I just learned that this defendant worked at the Department of Justice no longer. Not only is he fired, he's been charged with a felony. The Attorney General added, this is an example of the deep state we've been up against for 7 months as we work to refocus Department of Justice. Yeah, we keep seeing all these firings within the Department of Justice. If it's people like this, I'm all for it. His job, if he works for the Department of Justice, is to support federal law. And if he doesn't feel like he can do that, he needs to go find another job, 100%. You will not work in this administration while disrespecting our government and law enforcement. Yep, I concur. Dunn is accused of screaming profanities at a U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent on Sunday evening before throwing his sandwich at the officer. A police affidavit claims Dunn shouted, "F you, you effing fascists," and I bet he didn't say effing. "Why are you here? I don't want you in my city." And actually, I think I've got that part of the audio in my other video if you watch it. So this is him wielding said sandwich. Here's the scene. Here he is being arrested. This is him. I don't know if the guy's deranged. He assaulted an officer in front of about, group 7, 8, 9 officers. This is crazy. Here's him yelling at them before brandishing said sandwich. After throwing the sandwich, allegedly, Dunn attempts to escape on foot, but is later arrested by nearby D.C. law enforcement. There's no alleged. We watched it happen. After he threw the sandwich, he was running down the street. He might have had too many footlongs because the police caught up with him. Footage of the sandwich assault quickly went viral on social media with millions of views. On Wednesday, U.S. Attorney for D.C. Janine Piero announced that her office would be filing felony assault charges against Dunn. He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony assault on a police officer, Piero told her followers on X. That's what we just watched a moment ago. And we're going to back the police to the hilt. So there. Stick your Subway sandwich somewhere else. That's great. Yeah, and see that's part of the problem. These lunatic left-wing governments, like the one in Washington D.C., and so to be more specific, the mayor, the city council, the police chief, the prosecutors, are just soft on crime. And if you're soft on crime, then you get more crime, and then you get more crime, and you keep getting more crime, and it just gets worse and worse. So that's what we saw here. The police have been told to stand down and take the abuse from people. And legally, if you are actually allowed to yell and swear at the police in America, there's really not anything they can do about that. That is legal. That's a free speech issue. But once it turns to physical violence, and I don't care if it was a sandwich, that is assault. Well, so once it turns physical, people should be arrested every time. Now, I know Trump said, "You spit, we hit," and this is kind of what we're talking about. But I prefer what Piero said. No, we don't need to hit this guy. We just need to arrest him. Now, if it was me, who knows? I'm just a private citizen. Maybe I would hit him. But the police officer, I think, did the right thing. They arrested him and then charged him with assault. And people might say, "Oh, but it's just a sandwich." No, it's not just a sandwich. It's soft on crime. If you let people get away with this, then they do more and more and more. And then the next thing you know, they're burning your city down like we saw in the Black Lives Matter riots. You need a hard, strong police presence that enforces the law, and then these knuckleheads will behave better. It's 100% okay to peacefully protest, and so people are going to defend that guy and say it was a protest. If you throw something at somebody, that's not a peaceful protest. I don't care who you are; you should be arrested. But if you peacefully protest, fine, go do it. No problem for me. Photos and video from the viral scene show a pink-collared, shirt-wearing individual being taken by CBP and FBI agents. After arresting Dunn, the former Department of Justice employee was processed at a Metropolitan Police Department's 3rd District. He allegedly admitted to an officer, "I did it, I threw the sandwich." Really, he should have taken the 5th and learned that lesson. He was in the Department of Justice. He should just not say anything and let his lawyer and let the video speak for itself. It's never a good idea to talk to the police and give them a confession without your lawyer around. But it was pretty obvious that he threw a sandwich at that officer. We watched it. It happened. DC protesters yell and call National Guard troops fascists. I'm not going to watch that, but my opinion on that is the term fascist, Hitler, Nazi. For me, all these terms are meaningless. The lunatics on the left, and not everyone on the left are lunatics, but the lunatics have made these words meaningless because they've overused them against anyone that has a different opinion from their opinion. And so everyone is a fascist now. Everyone is Hitler now. Everyone is a Nazi. So those words are meaningless. And I just know as soon as somebody uses those kind of words, either in writing or in speech, that they're a retard, and there's no reason to continue the conversation because they're just a retard. Dunn's arrest comes as the Trump administration opens a crime crackdown across the nation's capital with the support of federal police and National Guard. So that's it. It looks like that's the whole story. So anyway, so there you have it. That's what I think about it. People just need to behave better. If you want to peacefully protest, but brandishing a sandwich, I'm going to call that brandishing in this picture here, and then hitting a police officer with said sandwich, and I'm saying it because I watched it. I think if you do that, you deserve to be arrested, and there are consequences to your actions. If you work for the Department of Justice, you should be fired. If you like him or not, President Trump is the president. If you work for the president of the United States today, you need to support his policies because that's what the people wanted. The majority of people voted him in as president. Now, if you don't like it, go vote him out. That's the right way. But if you actively work to undermine the president's policies and the president's surrogates' policies, and you should be fired if you're working for the government. All right. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe if you do. Don't watch me if you don't want to. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.